So I know I usually talk about photography more than video on this channel, but because I review a lot of cameras and lenses and things like that, I know a lot of video shooters also watch this channel. Probably not like professional high-level video shooters because I'm not a professional video shooter, but a lot of people are trying to get into shooting videos nowadays for things like YouTube, and that was me as well. And I've been trying to improve the quality of my videos in the past 7 or 8 months or so by upgrading my camera and lenses and the lighting and my audio and things like that. And I know my channel isn't exactly known for beautiful production quality and beautifully shot B-rolls and slow motions, but compared to how my videos used to look at the beginning, I feel like I've made a huge improvement, and I have a pretty good system going here so I can shoot videos more efficiently. But there's been one piece of equipment that I felt was missing, and that's been the external monitor. And I never used an external monitor before because, you know, usually they're pretty expensive, especially for what I do. I felt like it wasn't all that necessary. And there are some cheaper ones under $200 or so, but like they're usually not that great. The screen itself is very low res, and there's always a massive lag, and the color may not be always accurate. So when Andycine asked me if I would like to review this monitor, I was still quite skeptical, so I did a lot of research before replying to them. But as I learned more about the product and watched more and more reviews, things started to look more promising, so I decided to give it a shot. So I've been using this monitor for about 2 weeks now, and it's actually kind of weird having this in my hands instead of on top of my camera. But there are some things that I was really impressed by and things that I really like, and there are some things that they could improve, I feel like. So we're going to talk about them, and of course, if you should buy one. So first of all, I was really impressed by the quality of the screen itself. It's a 1080p touchscreen, and although it says Andycine 4K, it does not mean it's a 4K monitor. From what I understand, it just means that you can input 4K signal and it will display it as a 1080p. Correct me if I'm wrong though. But despite that, things look very, very clear on the screen, and the color is really accurate. And from what I heard, it's one of the best monitors when it comes to color. And also it's very, very good at displaying the brightness true to the histogram, because even on my Canon LCD, I felt like, especially when you're shooting video, I feel like it was displaying things a little brighter than they actually are, so I often end up underexposing things. But based on my experience, what I saw on this screen was a lot closer to what I saw on my computer screen when I'm editing the video. And like I mentioned, it also has a touch screen, which is a rarity in this price range for some reason. And for higher-end monitors and for professional video shooters, it may not matter too much, but for people who are just getting into shooting video, I feel like touchscreen is a much more natural way to navigate through the UI on a product like this. And the touchscreen does basically two things. It simplifies the overall design of the hardware because you don't need a lot of unnecessary buttons, and because you can navigate everything on by touch, you can also simplify the UI itself, and it makes this product a lot easier to use than most competitors. And it is a pretty good quality touchscreen as well, and things are quite responsive, and I like having this all flat glass front here rather than having thick plastic bezels. And the overall device is very nicely designed. I like having these flat edges and very, very nice industrial design. Let me just finish talking about the hardware. On top, there's a power button which also doubles as a touchscreen button, so if you just tap it while the screen is on, you can turn on or off the touch functionality of the monitor. And on this side, there is one dial and also a button which you can use to navigate the menu whenever you don't feel like using the touchscreen. And there are places where you can screw in hardwares to mount this monitor on top and the bottom, and also on the left side of the monitor. And at the bottom, there is an SD card slot to load in your own LUTs, power DC 12 volts in, and a headphone jack. And on the right side, there's HDMI in and out, and also DC out 8 volts. And this monitor has a great feature that I really like. So on the back, there is a place where you can mount the battery, and this monitor uses a Sony F970 battery, which is a common battery used in a lot of external monitors. But also, you can use a Canon LPE6 battery, which I have a lot of, and that goes on there like so, which means I can use the same battery on my camera and also on my monitor, which is a huge bonus for me. Overall, I'm very happy with the overall design of the hardware and also the software and UI, and it's really easy to use. Even for someone like me, I was able to figure everything out right out of the box. Oh, I forgot to mention the screen itself is 5.5 inches, and I feel like it's a great size for someone like me, especially mounted on top of my camera. It's a huge upgrade compared to my camera's LCD, and if you don't have a camera with a front-facing screen, I think this is a must-buy. Just to kind of show you how it works, I'm going to connect it to my camera right now, and I have my HDMI cable, and I'm going to plug that into HDMI in, and I shouldn't forget about the battery, and we are good to go. So as you can see, there's a very little lag, which I'm very happy about. Look at this. This is like video inception mode. Whoa. So right now I'm shooting myself with a 20mm lens, but if you're going to be sitting a lot farther away from your camera, having one of these next to you might be very helpful instead of having to rely on that tiny little screen on the camera. And with the HDMI out, it means you can connect another monitor to this as well. In the box, it also comes with the mounting hardware for the hood, which is very nice if you're going to be shooting a lot outside. But even for me, when I'm just shooting in my office, I always keep the hood on because I kind of use it like the lens hood, so it kind of protects the screen itself from hitting other elements. And it also comes with the mounting hardware for the monitor itself, so it can sit on my camera like so. And on the side, there's also a cold shoe mount for your shotgun microphone as well, which is a nice bonus. So this is the basic screen you might see when you're recording a video, and as I showed you, on the top left side there's the power button, and on the top right side there's the menu dial. And to get into the menu, you can either tap on the top menu like so, and you can operate these by touch, or you can use the dial to navigate. One really cool feature on this monitor is that when you want to quickly adjust the brightness, you can swipe up and down on the left half of the screen like so, and when you want to quickly adjust volume, you can do it on the right side of the screen, which is nice when you're using headphones. And just to kind of prevent that this happens by accident, you can also disable the touchscreen by touching on the power button once, and now you cannot use the touchscreen. Also, you can pinch out to zoom in easily to see if what you're looking at is in focus, but unfortunately you cannot tap on objects to focus like you would on your camera. Also, when you get into the menu while the monitor is connected to your camera, the camera's LCD turns off, but you can only see the menu on the external monitor. But you cannot operate this by touch. You have to use the physical dials and buttons on your camera. So yeah, again, very happy with the overall design and quality of the screen, and especially for the price, I highly recommend this. If you're like me, if you're not exactly a serious video shooter, but if you still shoot videos all the time, then I think this is a great product for the great price for you. But obviously no product is perfect, and there are some things that I feel they could improve as well. First of all, I think this logo is a little distracting. I literally love everything about the design except the logo. They could have put it on the back or on the sides or made it a lot smaller. I mean, I bought the freaking monitor. I know what it is. I don't need to be reminded every time I look at it. So I think about everyone would agree with me on this. I think you should put the logo on the back on the next product. And my second complaint is the mounting hardware. And you can tell that they spent all of their budget on the monitor itself and not so much on everything else. And it shows. The mounting hardware itself is, I mean, overall it's great. It's easy to put together, easy to use. But my only problem I've been having is that when you put it on top of a camera, it kind of wobbles a little bit. You also need an Allen wrench to tighten this, and that does not come in the package. And even at the tightest setting, the mount still kind of moves a little bit, which can be annoying if you're going to be running around a lot with your camera, but for someone who's just filming inside the office, it doesn't really matter that much. And also, one last thing, on the Amazon posting, it said the battery is included in the package, but when I received the package, the battery was not in there. And from what I read on the comments and the reviews, I think I can confirm that the battery does not come in the package, but I think they should update the posting. Maybe they just copied and posted it from another monitor. Oh, and it also comes with one HDMI cable. This is an HDMI to micro HDMI, I believe, but my Canon camera uses mini HDMI, so I had to get a new cable. So just before you purchase this, make sure you look at your camera and see what kind of cables you might need. So yeah, in terms of the negatives, that's pretty much it and not much else. Again, very happy with this monitor, the Andycine A6 Plus monitor, and I highly recommend it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.